The call boy I met in Paris. Hello, loyal viewers. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on inspiring and emotional stories like this. Let's get started. 7 years ago, Sophie, an art student on vacation in Paris, crossed paths with a man on a bridge on the banks of the Seine. That moment was only a fleeting moment. The man's face was vaguely recorded in his memory, like a blurry painting in his mind gallery. She didn't know that the man was Justin, someone who would change his life forever. Reunion. Paris 7 years later. Sophie, now a successful photographer, sits in a small cafe in Montmartre. Hot coffee was billowing in front of his eyes, but his mind was far away. His life, although it seems perfect, is in chaos. A family scandal has forced him to return to Paris, leaving behind the comforts of his life in London. As she sipped her coffee, the door of the cafe opened, and a man caught Sophie's attention. The man was Justin, although Sophie didn't recognize him. Justin, in a relaxed manner, approached Sophie's table to ask for permission to sit down. Sophie agreed, and a small conversation began. "You often come to this cafe?" asked Justin in a friendly tone. Sophie smiled slightly. "No, just trying to escape for a moment." Even though it was the first time she spoke, Sophie felt something familiar from Justin. They shared laughter and stories for several hours. Sophie felt comfortable, something she rarely felt these days. However, she didn't realize that this was the beginning of a major change in her life. An unexpected night. A few hours after the meeting at the cafe, Sophie finds herself in her apartment with Justin. They shared an intimate evening, colored by deep conversations that strengthened their connection. Sophie feels that there is something profound about Justin, although she is still trying to understand these feelings. "You've always made people feel comfortable like this?" asked Sophie in a seductive tone. Justin smiled. "Only with certain people." The next morning, Justin began to prepare to leave. Sophie asked in a joking tone if she would just leave, but there was a tone of honesty in her question. Justin smiled and said, "I think that's what you want." After Justin leaves, Sophie finds a business card of her on the table. It says Justin Moreau, event host, and Sophie misinterprets it as proof that Justin is a callboy. His mind was filled with various conjectures and confusion. A misconception. Sophie, who was confused and curious, decided to contact Justin. In a phone conversation, Sophie stammered to Justin's help, even though her request sounded strange. "I need a fake husband for a while," Sophie said. Justin laughs at the request, but listens to Sophie's reasoning. She finally agrees to one condition. Sophie must tell her the truth about the crisis she is facing. "All right, but I want to know what exactly you're hiding," Justin said in a serious tone. They met again to discuss the plan. Sophie explained that she needed Justin to help her deal with family pressure related to personal issues. Although skeptical, Justin felt moved by Sophie's sincerity. The two begin to prepare their story, including how they met and fell in love. Sophie realizes that even though this is a play, her heart begins to connect with Justin in real life. Unusual offers. At Sophie's family party, they played the role of a perfect husband and wife couple. Justin easily caught everyone's attention, especially Sophie's aunt, who praised him as the ideal husband. Sophie, although nervous, begins to feel comfortable with Justin's presence. Every time Justin clasped his hand or spoke confidently, Sophie felt her heart beat faster. "He's a very nice guy, Sophie," Sophie's aunt said with a smile. Justin, on the other hand, begins to see the other side of Sophie. He sees a strong but also fragile woman, someone who goes to great lengths to protect herself from pain. As they pretend to be a couple, They begin to get to know each other more deeply. Although it was just a pretense at first, these small moments began to feel real to the two. Secrets revealed. After a few weeks together, Justin finally decides to reveal his secret to Sophie. One night on the balcony of Sophie's apartment, Justin said, "I have to tell you something." Sophie listens carefully as Justin confesses that he is not a callboy, but rather a successful businessman who chooses to live a simple life to find meaning in his life. Sophie was surprised, but more than that, she felt relieved. "So you're not just an ordinary man?" he asked in a joking tone. Justin also revealed that he had seen Sophie before, 7 years ago in Paris. Sophie remembers that faint moment and realizes that fate has brought them back together. That night, they shared their feelings honestly for the first time, without lying or pretending. A new end begins. As time went on, their relationship developed into something more real. Sophie and Justin decide to end their play, but not their relationship. "Maybe it's time we stop pretending," Sophie said with a smile. Justin grabbed his hand and said, "I agree, but I don't want to stop loving you." They decided to start a new chapter in their lives, this time with sincere love and without lies. Paris, who was originally the background of their lies, is now a witness to their true love. They walked together along the Seine, knowing that they had found something far more valuable than just a coincidence. They found love. Sophie laughs softly. "You always have an answer, huh?" Justin laughs, "Just for you. But seriously, I have something I want to say." Sophie looks at Justin curiously. "What is it?" Justin, in a serious tone, I'm not the person you think I am. I know we started this the wrong way, but I can't keep pretending." Sophie, confused, "What do you mean?" Justin, "I'm not a callboy, Sophie. I'm actually a businessman. I chose to live a simple life in search of something more than just success." Sophie pauses for a moment. "So all this time you hiding the truth from me?" Justin nods. "Yes, and I'm sorry for that. I just don't want our relationship to start with a lie, but instead it will be like this." Sophie, in a soft tone, "You know, I don't care who you are or what you do. I just want to know one thing." Justin, "What is it?" Sophie, "Are you honest about your feelings?" Justin looks at Sophie sincerely. "Yes. Every moment I spend with you is real. I've never felt this way before." Sophie, "Tersinyam Kessel, itu saja yang aku butuhkan. Tapi kamu tahu, kita tidak bisa menghindari kenyataan selamanya." Justin, "Aku tahu. Dan itulah sebabnya aku ingin menghadapi semuanya bersamamu. Apa pun yang terjadi." Sophie, stepping closer, "I feel that way too. But I'm scared, Justin. I'm afraid what we have is just temporary." Justin, holding Sophie's hand, "There's nothing temporary about this feeling." Sophie, "I don't want to lose you. I want us to start from scratch, without lies, without pretense." Sophie, "In that case, let's stop pretending. Let's start with something real, Justin." Justin, "I agree. No more roles, no more plays. It's just the two of us." Sophie, "Okay. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm ready to try it with you." Justin, smiling warmly, "Me too, Sophie. With you, I feel like I found my home." Sophie, "Justin, I still can't believe we actually did it. All of these plays, I feel like I've lost myself." Justin, smiling slightly, "Sophie, I know it's hard for you, but you are not alone in this. I'm here. I've always been here." Sophie sighs, "Sometimes I think, what are we trying to prove? All of this feels so wrong. But also, that's right." Justin, "You know, when I first agreed to help, I thought this was just going to be a role. But every day I'm with you, it becomes more real." Sophie looks at Justin, "Is this also real for you? I mean, it's not just for this play." Justin nods, "Yes, Sophie. I can't pretend anymore. My feelings for you are not part of the plan. It's real. Sophie, but Justin, what if all of this ends and we go back to our respective lives? I'm not sure I can continue as usual. Justin, we'll deal with it together. I don't want to go back to my life without you in it. Sophie, smiling slightly, you always know how to make me feel better, huh? Justin, chuckles, just for you. But Sophie, I also have something I want to say. Sophie, curious, what is it? Justin, I'm not completely honest with you. I'm not a callboy like you think. I'm a businessman. I chose to live a simple life to find greater meaning in my life. Sophie, surprised, what? Justin, why didn't you tell me in the first place? Justin, I'm scared, Sophie. I'm afraid that if you know who I really am, you'll treat me differently. And I don't want to miss out on real moments with you. Sophie pauses for a moment. I don't care who you are, Justin, but I need you to always be honest with me. I can't face lies anymore. Justin takes Sophie's hand. I promise, from now on there will be no more lies. I just want us to live this sincerely. Sophie, in that case, let's stop pretending. Let's start with something real, Justin. Justin, I agree. No more roles, no more plays. It's just the two of us. Sophie, okay. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm ready to try it with you. Justin, smiling warmly, me too, Sophie. With you, I feel like I've found my home. Hello, guys. Thank you for following Sophie and Justin on this story. A story about love, honesty, and courage to face reality. We hope this story inspires and makes you reflect on what relationships really mean. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a like, leave a comment below, and of course subscribe to this channel. That way, you won't miss out on other interesting stories that are full of emotion and meaning. Share this story with your friends, and let's celebrate every little moment that carries great meaning in our lives. See you in the next story.